Anthony DeLucca with us here on the John Mendola Show. We spoke in football season. You were all excited. And you made it through healthy.
Yep.
It's always something that you hope a student athlete does. And now we're in the basketball season, and let's talk about hitting that floor for the Warriors and being a contributor out there.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first year that I didn't really play much basketball in the off season to focus on football in the season we had. So it was a little bit shaking off the rust at first, but I got back into it. Been playing my whole life, so that was pretty easy to come back into. But yeah, stepping back on the floor, just trying to be the best teammate, best contributor I can for the team.
You had decisions to make, and you made some decisions. Hey, I'm going to go do this year. I'm going to go do that. Let's talk a little bit about basketball and making that choice that hey, this is something that I need to do, and I feel like I'm going to be a big part of this team.
Yeah, for sure. I knew I was stepping into a big role in football, and I put much consideration to it. One of the key factors is you only get to do all this stuff once. You only get to play high school sports one time, and I knew that at the end of the day, it would benefit me in basketball as well. I'm more of a confident player than I've ever been in every sport that I play, baseball too included. So I believe there's no harder position to play in any sport than playing quarterback. So now come stepping on the basketball floor, playing the point guard position is very similar to playing quarterback. You got to know everything out there on the court. So, it helped me very much with basketball.
You got to be able to handle that rock, which is not easy to do.
Sure.
Distribute when you need to, drive when you need to, that court awareness. And you guys had that against Holy Redeemer and got a monster win for your program.
Yeah, for sure. It was a huge win down the stretch. Battled through so much adversity, down 10 in the fourth quarter. Guys stepping up, making huge shots, free throws. Tyler Chandra hitting 2 free throws. Myself hitting 2 big shots at the buzzer. And our freshman Luca Pecini, stepped up, played some huge minutes for us down the stretch. And of course, Dane Shutter, everybody knows Dane. He's the best player in the conference, so he did what he always does.
What's it like? Shutter kind of says, hey, I try to be a leader. I try to put a squad on my shoulders and just do what I have to do to try to lead these guys because things weren't always great. We struggled freshman year, sophomore year. You might not have gone through all the struggles that this team has, but these guys have, and they're bleeding right now the colors of Wyoming area seniors. And it's important, I think, for Coach Macario to see these guys progress, and he kept believing in these guys.
Yeah, for sure. I've been playing with these guys my whole life since Little League, and now I got pulled up as a freshman, and I played with most of them through their sophomore and junior, senior years. So, times were tough. We didn't have great seasons these past 2 years. There were tough times. We dropped some games that we should have won. We lost. That's going to happen in sports. But the biggest thing is we knew this team coming in this year was the team. We've been thinking about this year since we were in 7th and 8th grade. And their seniors, when they were in 8th grade, in 7th grade, they were an unbeatable team. And they went from walking onto the court every game knowing they were going to win. And then now those past 2 years, negative records. So that's a tough adjustment to make. And now that we got that big win yesterday, now we're going to hopefully keep it rolling. We should keep it rolling back into their winning ways. So get that swagger back that they had before.
High school kids, you come off a big win. The next game sometimes it's not so great. But Coach said, listen, we had this talk today. We had the talk last night. We had the talk today. Listen, we got to stay at this. We got to keep growing. We got to do what we have to do. We got to go get a win. With Nanticoke's been a tough team for us, whether the record indicates that or not. They've been a tough foe for you guys.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They've had our number these past 2 years. Every time we played them. And even against them, our senior class has had I don't know if they've ever beat them, to be completely honest with you, John. So, just staying level-headed. Celebrate that win last night. Now we're right back to work today, right back to work tomorrow, Friday, then get into it on Saturday. So, got all the confidence in the world in the team. We have everything to beat this team. So
from talking to you in October, I knew that you were just one of those kids that you soak everything up, every moment you possibly could. Talk about, soaking up the moments in football and what your family support has been like heading into basketball. Now, here you are again, soaking up every moment you can.
Yeah, I just have so much fun playing sports. There's nothing I'd rather do to be out on the basketball court, the football field, the baseball field. Like I said, you only get to do it for so long. So I try to embrace everything that I could, soak in all the fun, all the good, all the bad. learn all the lessons I could from sports. And as far as my support system, my family, my mom and dad are always there for me every step of the way, doing everything they could. My dad gives me great advice. My mom, she tries. She doesn't know a whole lot about sports, but she knows the values of and what it takes, hard work. And my Nana, my biggest supporter. I don't know where I'd be without her. She's always there at every game. And my sister Brielle, I try to teach her everything I can. She's a young athlete playing multiple sports, so I try to pass on my knowledge down to her, trying to make her the best athlete and person that she could be.
Family values, you show them through and through, and they're incredible. So you keep up the good work, and we're rooting for you here on the John Mendola Show.
Thanks, John.